Just powering up the news. It's 6:59 p.m. Broadcasting from Brooklyn, New York. Trending stories, disturbing signs for Trump in new CNN poll. Fox News says Goldie Hawn mourns the loss of her best friend. National Geographic invites you to watch what happens when a lion startles a hippo. NPR's is cover lifted. A CIA spy offers his take on Trump and Russia. Politico weighing in with New Jersey gives Trump a chilly reception. Huffington Post, one Game of Thrones character you should be paying more attention to. And there'll be more during the show. Thank you. This has been the stream before the stream. Can turn that off for now. Alex Acona, Malena Connor, Sapphire 131, Florida Lonely, Amortarza, Vanilla Cream, Beth M. Huatila. Check out Beth's photographs. Vegan Trucker. If you know the song Empty Soul, he was, I don't even know what you call it. He was a consultant on that song, actually. And basically, I still eat meat, but I'm starting to eat a lot less meat because it's just, I do realize it's just a choice that you make in the supermarket of what you eat that day, And it actually is having me eat less fast food. Jackie's a good friend, Juxtaposaurus, Adam Balky, funny, self-deprecating, love it. Here we go. This is the stream. This is the Schminstagram stream. Strinstagram. This is how we look at it now. This is the new format of the stream, by the way. This is going to freak everyone out. They're like, what happened? Now we're alt. Now it's sort of like it's like a Mr. Robot kind of show. You're being controlled. You don't even know you're being controlled. But I'm hacking things also. Anyway, thank you for coming. I read through some of the top news. Let's see what we got. Will Trump language increase tensions with North Korea? Should I do the show like this? This is what I'm wondering. It looks cool to me. Looks pretty cool to me. I can't imagine, of course, how it would look if my phone was straight. You know what I mean? Is this benefiting anyone? Let me try to... Is that cool? If I'm doing it like this? You guys tell me what's cool. really tell me, because it's like a made-up concept and I really don't understand human culture. I don't know. I did not get enough socialization as a child, so now culture is extremely abstract to me. You guys want to watch a video? No. That would be so funny if my live stream. I mean, I wish I could put on videos. Just kick back. Like a sweet 30 seconds. Actually, no, let's do that. Nah, I don't know how long it is. Let me see how long the video is.
We're gonna go live now.
4 minutes, boo. Trump targets opioid crisis with a major briefing in New Jersey. North Korea now making missile-ready nuclear weapons. U.S. analysts say... Does anybody, Thank you for the kissy face, mentally from Amityville, and the monster face and the peace sign. This is Archie French realist angle you got there. Thank you, cool as fuck, same. Oh, you guys all think it's cool? Alright. As long as you guys think it's cool, it is cool. Look at this. This is actually pretty... I mean, fuck this. Fuck this for so many reasons. Fuck this because of, like, how much... You know, they were assuring us that these people couldn't, they couldn't assemble they can't even feed their own people. That's what they said about fucking North Korea. And now they're like, whoops, this was like 3 weeks, it was like a month or two ago that they were like, they can't even feed their own people. They can't develop nuclear weapons. Where are they going to get that from? Iran? We sanctioned the shit out of them. Boom. North Korea now has a mini nuclear warhead. You know, I wanted a nuclear warhead, but I wanted a nuclear warhead that I can kind of fit into a clutch. You know? I wanted a nuclear warhead that, like, if you're going to the doctor's office, you could, like, be on your nuclear warhead, but, like, everybody's not, like, looking at you like, oh my god, like, that person bought their nuclear warhead. It's like, you know, it's like a mini nuclear warhead. It's cute. Anyway... This device can fit inside missiles. U.S. officials conclude. It sounds a little convoluted. It's like, I feel like you should just build a regular warhead that is that you just affix to a missile, rather than building a mini nuclear warhead that can fit inside missiles. Well, I guess it's the same, right? I don't know, but yeah. So, yeah. North Korea has successfully produced a miniaturized nuclear warhead that can fit inside its missiles, crossing key threshold on the path to becoming a full-fledged nuclear power, U.S. intelligence officials have concluded in a confidential assessment. The analysis, completed last month by the Defense Intelligence Agency, comes on the heels of another intelligence assessment that sharply raises the official estimate for the total number of bombs in the communist country's atomic arsenal. The United States calculated last month that up to 60 nuclear weapons are now controlled by North Korea leader Kim Jong-un. Some independent experts think that the number of bombs is much smaller. Yeah, boo North Korea. Who says yay North Korea? Really? This is basically what I give a fuck about. So I'm gonna read more on this, because I'm learning about this with you. We're all learning about this together. Thank you guys for leaving during the news. They've probably already read about it. You guys know most Americans are really informed about the news. The findings are like, I'm assuming you're American, but you might be French. And if you're French, you're a nihilist, and you don't have any time for this. Anyway, the findings are likely to deepen concerns about an evolving North Korean military threat that appears to be advancing far more rapidly than many experts had predicted. U.S. officials concluded last month that Pyongyang is also outpacing expectations in its effort to build an intercontinental ballistic missile capable of striking the American mainland. President Trump, speaking Tuesday at an event at his golf course in Bedminster, New Jersey, said North Korea will face a devastating response if its threats continue. Do it now! Whatever you have, do it now! What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Anyway, they will be met with the fire and fury. They will be met with the fire and fury and frankly power, the likes of which this world has never seen before, he said. Estimated nuclear warheads. Russia has 7,000. United States has 6,800. We keep up. France. We are France. We don't care about anything, but we have little nukes. we'll have a little nukes. So France has 300 nukes. China has 260 nuclear warheads just hanging out. Britain has 215. Pakistan has 140. India has 130. Israel has 80. Israel only has 80? Come on. I thought we were arming them. I thought we were constantly arming them. Constantly, repeatedly arming them. The world, frankly. Anyway. You know what? Let me say this, that there were have they been does anybody know if they've been begun reducing the number of nukes? I think they have. I think we have much less than we used to. Reduced nukes. Reduction of nuclear arsenal has slowed under Obama, report finds, says the New York Times. That's interesting. I'm sorry we have a long news segment. I know you guys want to get to the player rating. You Mary J. Blige's out there, but I will be player rating soon. Okay, so anyway, we have less nuclear weapons, but I guess we hang on to them. That's a lot of nukes, man. That's a lot of fucking nukes. 7,000 nuclear warheads. That's a lot of fucking nukes for Russia to have. And we have 6,800. Anyway, how do you guys feel about this North Korea thing? Have you heard of it? Have you heard of this? I can't do it. Where's my Jay Leno? Come on. Have you heard of this? Is that Jay Leno? Have you heard of this? Have you heard of this? North Korea has nuclear weapons now. They have. That's not Jay Leno. That's the worst Jay Leno in the world. Yeah. What do you think of this? What do you think of the idea of this like crazy little dictator, the son of other crazy little dictators named after him? IDK! Hey, Hidden Pearls. Also, hey, the real Bradford Pesant. The real Bradford Pesant. Not that of the fake. That of the liar. That of the fool. Anyway, what do you think of just the complete 180 that the media, who is not accountable for anything, and the government, who is as well not accountable for anything, is taken on their position on North Korea as a threat? It just baffles my mind that is this? I mean, here's what's going through my brain. Is this hello? Is this like a there's weapons of mass destruction in Iraq kind of situation? Or is this like you guys just really like thought like bullshit, and then you're like threat? I don't know. Anyway, so Trump is saying like we will totally like completely smash them. Do you guys watch The President Show? I keeps the fuck up with The President Show, bro. That dude is good. That dude is gold. Do you guys watch The President Show on Comedy Central? It's so good. What initially looked like a slow-motion Cuban Missile Crisis is now looking more like the Manhattan Project just barreling along, said Robert Lichtwack, a non-proliferation expert at the Woodrow Wilson International Center for Scholars and the author of Preventing North Korea's Nuclear Breakout. Published by the center this year, there's a sense of urgency behind the program that is new to the Kim Jong-un era. Although few discount North Korea's progress, some prominent U.S. experts warned against the danger of overestimating the threat. Siegfried Hecker, Director Emeritus of the Los Alamos National Laboratory and the last known U.S. official to inspect North Korea's nuclear facilities, has calculated the size of North Korea's arsenal at no more than 20 to 25 bombs. He warned of potential risks that can come from making Kim into a bigger menace than he actually is. Overselling is particularly dangerous, said Hecker. I'll be done with this soon for those of you who have no interest in current events, who are completely satisfied just like, what do I eat for dinner tonight? and when's my check coming? This will be over soon. We're gonna land in a sort of smooth jazz folk soul island for you that'll just ease all your tensions about this nuclear nonsense. So you hang in there. You keep your fingers stuck in your ears. Don't worry. Overselling is particularly dangerous. Some like to depict Kim as being crazy, a madman, and that makes the public believe that the guy is undeterrable. He's not crazy, and he's not suicidal. Excuse me. He's not even unpredictable. The real threat, hackers said, is we're going to stumble into a nuclear war on the Korean Peninsula. In the past, U.S. intelligence agencies, which we can't, we're not gonna nuke them, and we can't do like more Vietnam stuff because that doesn't often work. So, like, it's anyway. I'm gonna finish reading the article. These people are smart. In the past, U.S. intelligence agencies have occasionally overestimated the North Korean threat. In the early 2000s, George W. Bush administration assessed that Pyongyang was close to developing an ICBM, which I assume is some type of poop, that could strike the U.S. mainland, a prediction that missed the mark by more than a decade. More recently, however, analysts and policymakers have been surprised repeatedly as North Korea achieved key milestones months or years ahead of schedule. They're working on killing us all quite quickly. Yeah, this is interesting. What's going on? Send them weed. Let's legalize weed here. Let's legalize the fuck out of weed and send them that and be like, literally just, and they'll be like, we get it. Chill the fuck out, bros. Anyway, okay, here we go. North Korea achieved key milestones at a schedule. Non-peripheral purchase studies. They have to cite so much. It's annoying. There was similar skepticism about China's capabilities in the early 1960s, said Lewis. There were other times in history where people didn't think a thing was happening, and then look, the thing happened. And that proves that things happen sometimes, even though people don't think those things happen. I don't understand the logic of some of these statements proposed by very intelligent people. But anyway, there was a similar skepticism about China's capabilities in the early 1960s, said Lewis, who studied the country's pathways to a successful nuclear test in 1964. There's no reason to think that the North Koreans aren't making the same progress after so many successful nuclear explosions, Lewis said. The big question is, why do we hold the North Koreans to a different standard than we held Joseph Stalin's Soviet Union or Mao Zedong's China? North Korea is testing underground, so we're always going to lack a lot of details, but it seems to me a lot of people are insisting on impossible levels of proof because they simply don't accept what should be pretty obvious. That they're working on nuclear capabilities and ballistics and things like that, of course. And the cool thing about weapons, even if you're shitty and slow at making them, lots of people want weapons. Cause not everyone's smoking weed and watching Broad City and watching this stream and chilling the fuck out. Thank you, IDK. Yeah. The thing about weapons is like, with North Korea making weapons, it just puts them in the weapons market. It makes them a player in that global scheme, and them sitting in the geographic location that they sit in is not particularly strategic for us. And I think that is what's similar to Vietnam. I don't really dig the map on that. What am I saying? I don't dig the map. I talk like a fucking 60s hep cat, and it's never been hip. It's never been hip. Don't call anyone a cat. Don't say dig it. It's not cool. Anyway, where am I looking for? Let's look for North Korea. Siri? Oh wait, let me not do that because my phone will actually do that. North Korea! Okay, so where is North Korea in relation to Vietnam? Does anybody know that offhand? That's Japan. Okay, so Vietnam. Okay. Maybe I should read more about that rather than making wild theories about global politics. But I don't. I'm. Yeah, they're okay. All right, have fun. Have fun at work. Hey Rowan, how you doing? Hey, thank you for laughing out loud. The real Bradford Pazan. I hope you kill that other guy who's trying to steal your identity. Yeah. So I guess this is the question for the. Let me throw it back to the fans. You're all intelligent people, right? Why does the United States not want to get into a war on the Korean Peninsula? You're being proactive. That's just giggling at. Do you guys like music? That's the news. That's the news. Anyway, what you should give a shit about is North Korea and I don't want to say crazy little man. It's what it looks like, I guess, is what everybody's saying. It's just like, look at our children dance, they're so hungry, and we're building bombs. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. Communism, right? It's not so great all the time. I want to do, I don't know. Never mind, I can't do that. I was going to do Bernie Sanders as Kim Jong-un, but I can't do that. I don't know how to do that, first of all. Alright, I'm going to tune up. And we're going to slip into a warm tub of my jazz. Let's not forget George Bush's WMDs. We really laid down and accepted, didn't we? I mean, it's almost as if we were taught complacency from birth. Some people say it's the fluoride in the water. And then when you start acting out, when you really start, here's if you seem distressed, that's the term that they'll use, or I think officially use. If you seem distressed, they have a right to like take you away or whatever. The world's pretty crazy. And I think the idea that we should sort of just Britishly keep calm and carry on and just try to enjoy as many sunsets as we can before, and I'm not trying to create like a nuclear panic. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that at all. I'm more talking about the world, like the way the world is. And excuse me if I get a little bit network, but it needs to be said, at least for the future hyper-intelligent AI that is scanning back through the entirety of human history's data to look for connections and clues to their ultimate downfall. When they scan this video, I want there to be content about this certain subject. Like, the world's a crazy, fucked up place. A dollar buys a nickel's worth. I don't know. I'm not gonna. The world's not that crazy fucked up. There's still butterflies and stuff in Nashville, and that's nice. But also, I think that who I speak up for most is the super poor, the people who don't own cell phones and don't go to the grocery store and things like that, or their grocery store is like much different than one you would imagine. The people who I guess can't afford to live the kind of lifestyles that we live too easily. What am I saying? What do we do to change it? How do I think we change it? I guess I believe in politics. Most people don't anymore. But I think that's why we have an orange Hitler in the office, because people don't believe in politics, and they said, we're just choosing between the lesser of two evils. And it's like, I don't know, Hillary Clinton wasn't an orange Hitlery, immigrant-hating, white nationalist befriending person. I mean, the Clintons are friends with lots of people, though. And if I go off on the Clintons too much, I know a Clinton truther will surface eventually, and I don't want to summon that. I don't want to summon that deity. What do we do? What do we do to change the world? What do we do to change an America that has an increase in mass shootings, acts of terrorism associated with ISIL? Say ISIL if you're... Here's what's the difference between ISIS and ISIL? Say ISIL if you're smart. That's the trick. Alright, that doesn't make any sense. There's a definite difference between those two things. I just don't know it. If you do, feel free to chime in. Oh, play Alice. Alright, I will play Alice. Sorry. Okay, what'd you say? Preventative measures? Okay, yeah, I read that. My keyboard keeps getting stuck, which is why I keep joining. Oh, well, don't worry about it, Flower Punk. I'm here for you. Don't worry about it. Also, if you guys didn't know, last post, Flower Punk's doodle from earlier today. Send me your drawings. Send them to me. Whatever it is that it'll take to change, it won't be happening soon. Yes, and that's why we should give up all hope. Here we go, everyone. Let's do this as an exercise. I'm gonna play Alice. I'm gonna get to it. But before we do that, let's just take deep breaths, first of all. Wherever you are. Hope is a nasty, awful thing. Hope tells you that maybe by the time midterms roll around, we'll be able to just turn Congress enough in the right direction. Just let that drain out your body. Just shake that out. Shake it off. Like Taylor Swift. Shake it off. Start stacking cash like Taylor Swift and buy an island. Shake it off. This shit's fucked. Shit, I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm gonna play Alice. Alright, thank you guys for tuning in. This is pretty much the show. Alice won the lottery. Now she won't come home to me. Now she's living overseas. I'm all alone. She up and quit her 9 to 5. Some awful uptown business dive. She lives enough to stay alive. Keep on the phone. She's sleeping in a town where no one knows her is around. But she can't sleep without the sound of the buses rolling by. night. Hey Rowan, how was your show? How's your show, dear? I don't know why I said it like that. Alice won the lottery. She changed so completely from the girl she used to be. Who is she now? So good. Now she's faded from the crowd. Awesome. Yeah, go check it out. Tucson, can you tag me in a penthouse in a town? But she can't sleep without the sound. Hey, Alex Sherpa. Of the buses rolling by and the jet planes in the sky and the breathing of her guy at night. At night. Hey man, are you concerned about North Korea as a nuclear threat at night? Woo-hoo. Yeah. Is anyone concerned about North Korea as a nuclear threat? Or are we all so... are all our nervous systems so inundated with different chemicals that we... and overstimulated by the media that we can't we're not having like a usual we're not having a reaction to these things that are happening. You know, there's a Cheeto for president. I join in with it. It's funny to say, but I mean, like, fuck the whole like body shaming Trump and look shaming Trump. It's like really asinine. It's just the same thing they did with Obama, just in reverse. It's a really horrible thing that's happened. Thank you for saying you're concerned about Trump as a nuclear threat, because he's part of it, man. That's the worst part, isn't it? If Obama was here, we'd be like, shit, Obama. But Trump's in office. Shit. I hear a lot of people say they'll be happy when North Korea bombs us. I feel like I should move. That's why I'm trying to get this live stream thing going. Just so you guys know, I have enough money to go to Africa. Ain't nobody fucking bombing Africa. So you might be, you might be watching this stream one day. I'll be on at 7 still, always 7 during the weekdays, and you might see a zebra run behind me. You're like, where's Gabe? I'm like, I'm out of range. I'm out of the blast range. That's where Gabe went. You know, there's great shows in New York. You know, Dave Chappelle just came through Madison Square Garden, Radio City Music Hall. Speaking of Africa, I've stopped caring that much at this point, to be honest. That's cool to admit that. We should be honest. I think if we're honest about our apathy, we'll realize how we're all possibly deranged sociopaths, but not by our own design, by the design of a bloodthirsty culture that has profit as its motive and ignores the people on the bottom as a rule. And so in that culture, of course, if we like imagine our imminent demise, we're kind of like, so I'm gonna put on Radiohead, watching the bomb fall down. Anyway, that's what I would do. Obviously, you have to sing "Africa" by Toto if you do. And I have to be your country's neighbor. What country will you be in if you do move to Africa? I don't know. A couple people from South Africa are fans of my music, so maybe South Africa, but I don't know. I've heard a couple things about South Africa that are a little interesting. But I'm sure it's no different than New York. Um, what do you mean I have to be your country's neighbor? Define yourself. Yeah, yeah, let's like wake up our empathy in a real way. Uh fuck, meditate, right? Meditate. This, Jesus, that light is like fucking Jesus. There we go. Meditate, but fuck opening your heart chakra. You know, everybody's doing yoga and sun salutations and spiritual practice and praying and stuff like that. And I think about people like Malala, and like their spirit exists on a different level. It's almost as if she's transcended to that level that like it's everything's real for her, you know. In the sense that, I mean, like I imagine like Malala is of course a normal girl. No, I don't still chant every morning. I much prefer to constantly be in a constant panic attack and a rage, rather than no. I did chant the other day though. Chanting is like running in place. Chanting, because is it okay if I chant a little bit on the stream? Yeah, I have a video of me chanting. That was I'm bragging. That was submitted to. I don't know why I have to qualify that way. It's because I have a fraud complex. The accomplishments that I've made in my life are not bad. All right. Anyway, so I did this thing with these guys for the New Yorker, and at that time, I was chanting a lot, and there was a lot going on. I think on the purely scientific level, chanting regulates your breathing because it's a timing thing. Nam yo ho dang gang do, 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 etc. And you breathe in time, and you breathe in, breathe in, so your whole body starts getting into rhythm. You might start sweating or something like that. You're for sure gonna start feeling warm. I've never had, you know, like my room is pretty cool right now, and the air conditioner's on at 76 degrees. And chanting's the kind of thing where it's like if you bring like 4 people in the room and they start chanting, the room will start getting really hot and steamy because the people are like basically almost like speeding up their metabolism. So it's really interesting to experience that, and I did it for 4 years as a person who's like super skeptical of everything. So just from that purely scientific aspect of just like experiencing something like that raise your metabolism. It's really good if you have a SGI in your city. It's going to be called SGI USA, NCI International. It's called Soka Gakkai International. So they have SGI USA. That's a branch of Soka Gakkai International. Soka Gakkai is Japanese. It means Value Creation Society. Because the whole point is to chant to create value in your own life, in your own body, in your own nervous system, and then bring that value to people. And as I'm saying this, I'm embarrassed by how beautiful this is. And to bring that value to people and things, and also use that to raise your life condition and achieve Buddhahood, which is the super awesomeness. Never trip again. Never have a headache. Anyway, chanting's fun. If you're into chanting, get into chanting. Look it up. Have you ever tried astral projections? Yeah, but I wasn't really that interested in that because that's a pretty scientific thing to experience. Is it? Chanting on the more metaphysical level, let me put it to you this way. Like, the universe is the world, the universe as you know it is is stardust, is little pieces of little pieces of not even dirt, little pieces of like subtle electrical impulses held together by an even smaller and more subtle network of electrical impulses. So at this level, everything appears solid. So you're not separated from anything actually. So when you start changing things inside your nervous system and changing things inside yourself, you start changing everything around you. It's really complex. I have tried astral projecting a little bit. I was really into lucid dreaming more because that I felt like that was more grounded. Although I feel like astral projection is lucid dreaming, and lucid dreaming is astral projection. Like, you know, as above, so below, as within, so without. Of course, in the Hermetic language, and I'm into all this weird. I don't want to be into all this weird nonsense talking about this on camera. Not that I'm embarrassed about it, but I feel like I don't want this to go into one of those channels where it's like some black dude in like a weird do-rag or something like that, and he's talking about all the significance of the number 23, and if you look at the Officer Pope who shot Officer Jenkins, her name was the numbers lined up, and it's not really like that. I really just try to look at it in the sense of like, you know, if you were to like pick up jogging or lifting. Do you even lift, bro? I don't even lift, bro. Damn it. If you were to pick up jogging or something like that, and your body wasn't used to that, like it would change your nervous system. And when you direct your mind towards a single target, like your subconscious is like a door, like it is for the most part shut to your conscious mind, but if you keep banging at it and yelling into it, like something's gonna get through there. And so when you're like nam yo ho dang yo nam yo ho dang yo, and your heart is pumping and your brain is just thinking, I just want this thing, I just want this thing, I just want this thing, I just want this thing to happen, and you're actually taking practical actions in the world, it seems like you make stuff happen. So after I started chanting, I met Courtney Love. We got on TV. I actually started seeing Courtney Love around all the time because she's also Buddhist, and she was chanting at the New York Center. And I guess she was living in New York at that time. But, you know, that even made it weirder that I was, like, around the cult. I saw her speak at that Buddhist center before. They call it the Culture Center because it's pretty non-denominational. As an atheist skeptic, I'm thoroughly into this. I dig it. Cool, yeah, I'm into binaural beats and all kinds of stuff that change your consciousness. Robert Anton Wilson, Aleister Crowley, although I'm not too much into the floofy language unless I'm very, very high or feeling it in that particular way. I'm more like down with the, like, you know, even though I said you shouldn't say cat and man and bebop or whatever, but like in the 60s and the early 50s and with Aldous Huxley, he was really experimenting a lot. Well, everybody around that time, around the human potential movement, was experimenting a lot with just like the same ideas that are in The Secret and shit. But chanting's a cool thing to do. That was a long ramble. I'm gonna get to playing some music. This is what I'm here for. If you have any other questions, feel free to throw them out. I'll clearly stop in the middle of a song, ruining everyone's time, in order to just answer a question. There's no problem. This is one I'm still trying to get. I'm gonna rewatch Firefly. I may live stream it. No, that's stupid. I should do something else with my life. No, I haven't gotten this one really shiny yet, Captain. But it's this song has an incredible drive to it, and I feel like that that must be because Jillian St. Clair, who's a fan of mine and a follower on Facebook, asked me to write a song about, this woman who was an activist, and I guess it meant a lot to me that she would even ask me to do something like that anyway. And then, when I heard about Linda Turner's life, I really wanted to to write something that had that feeling that hearing about her gave me. Hey Sapphire 131. Hey Sapphire. Well, she was working in Chicago when Fred Hampton died. He was assassinated by the Sheriff's Department and the FBI. She was working on his Rainbow Coalition when they took his life back in 1969. She'd seen the march from Selma on the TV screen, empathized very heavily with Dr. King's dream. The United States felt like it was bursting at the seams back in 1963. The walls of an outer world came tumbling down. She heard the riots and the protests going on downtown. Pickets sign carrying people gathered all around. The whole world is watching now. It was abundantly clear that she had to change. Strange kind of people who say that things ain't strange. The world's run wild by the morally deranged, and who wants it that way? They say she's crazy, but that seems absurd. Can't be like all the people who consider themselves pure, like those white ladies acting all demure when they hear that people suffer. So she took to the streets in her walking shoes, left the bag behind with those suburban blues. Everybody was talking when they heard the news. They're probably still talking too. Hey Sapphire, thank you. Just the other day, the world gets heavier when the good pass away, and I hardly even got my chance to say thank you kindly for your nerve. I gotta close this North Korea article. It's bugging me out. Okay, it's 7:47. That means two things. I just wanna say thank you first of all, because we're coming upon the end of the show, although it hasn't ended yet, and I won't go into a long political rant because I did that enough. I just got to make sure to shovel enough of that in, because that's the coal that lights the furnace, baby. Anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about. It's not good. But I wanted to say, yeah, I do a stream at 5 on Facebook, or this is going to be tomorrow, because I think the format's going to keep changing until I get everything fully not changeable. At 5. Facebook. So you go to the facebook.com, Gabriel Mayers NYC, boom, Facebook page, 5 tomorrow. I'll be on there. That stuff mostly going to be probably maybe cover songs on that one. Then I'll do a Twitter stream at 6. That one is going to be boring as fuck, because that one is, you're going to be seeing me songwrite, and it's hard to do when I'm alone, and it's twice as hard to do in front of a camera with people watching, saying things to me. But I want to do it because I feel like I would murder everyone for the chance to see my favorite musicians. Not that I'm anyone's favorite musician, but just my favorite musicians write their songs, because I saw a video on YouTube, and I mean, I've searched these things over and over and over for the past 10 years. John Lennon songwriting, Bob Dylan songwriting, over and over and over. So when new things come up, I freak the fuck out. and someone had put together a video of just John Lennon songwriting like Real Love over time, and like how he mixed different little pieces together, and I was like, holy fuck, that's helping my songwriting so much. So maybe there's a musician like me out there and they can benefit from that shit. Second thing is these mixtapes. These are mixtapes. They're $20. You can go on my Bandcamp. That's gabrielmayers.bandcamp.com, and you can fill out the order form. Get one of these. When you order these today, you'll get all the songs that you've heard so far. All the songs that are up on SoundCloud, but also including the ballad of Linda Turner. I think it will be called. It's still in its demo state, but I'll include it on here. You can just plug your headphones into this, and you just turn it on, and you go and you can listen. It makes a nice gift if you know someone that likes sad, sweet music with a quaint political edge. Yes. Right. Someone that asked me a question through the mail, so let's check it. Mailbag, a mailbag. Yeah, checking the mailbag, and he wrote this awful song. Here we go. Mailbag from Did Your Crab, which is one of my frequent users. Did your cabegema? Sorry, I'm saying your name funny. You can say my name funny though. You know what I noticed? I don't care if you call me Gabe, Gabriel, or Gabrielle, or Gabriel, or whatever. I do want my last name to be pronounced right. Mayers. It's not Myers. It's not Mayors. It's Mayers. Anyway, did you cry? Oh, you don't know, right? Did you? Says, hi, I have a question. You mentioned yesterday that Alice is about a girl who left her boyfriend after winning the lottery. You said if she left him, he must have done something to her. Why this assumption? Since you wrote the lyrics, why this assumption? 'Cause all men are trash. Yes, all men. Please visit Slay the Patriarchy for more. Slay the Patriarchy is an account on Instagram. Really inform me about this whole all men are trash issue. Very important. Why this assumption, all men are trash? Since you wrote the lyrics, should I take your version for the only one? Of course not. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know where these songs come from. These aren't like you don't write these like a math problem. You know, these are your subconscious feeling vomit. You know, there's not even a word for that. They're catharsis of their cathartic expression of congealed and embedded emotions that have sunk into the bottom of the sea of subconscious. So they come out in different ways and different expressions, and also there's my conscious finagling of my own intention within it, and my perception of what the song's about isn't ruling, but I would take my advice on the meaning of it. I'm not into the mysterious art thing. I like the whole like this is what this is. I'm alive. I can tell you what this is. You have no idea about my art. Like in that Woody Allen thing, you have no idea. Anyway, here we go. Since you wrote the lyrics, should I take your version for the only one? Diddy or Crab goes on to say, to me, Alice left because she was greedy, like all women are. She didn't want to share. She didn't want to share. I'm joking. Write your letters to GabrielMayersNYC@gmail.com, or just go back to my profile and give the email button a little clickaroo adieu. Alice left because she was greedy. She didn't want to share. That's not in the song. Yet she misses her intimacy with him, the urban surroundings she knew as her home, her territory. It makes more sense to me. Hence the question, who is she now? Did you? I wrote back to Didia as a due. I was very brief, because man. Hi Didia, thanks for sending me a message. I'm assuming this is a man. This could be a woman. This could be anyone. This could be a non-binary beam of light come down temporarily, like Michael, the angel, to spin coins. Thanks for sending me a message. I say Alice takes place. Is there any point in me reading what I said to him? Her, it, them, they. Alice takes place from the male perspective, so sometimes I like to include things from the female point of view. There's always two sides to a story, right? Exactly. My perspectives on my own relationships don't, hopefully, hopefully just end with me just being the most awesome person, and the other person being greedy. I think in my songs I like to acknowledge my own fragility as a man in different ways that I still find satisfying. I think I wrote that song at a time when I felt like my partner would definitely leave and things definitely weren't gonna work out. And, you know, rather than poop through my mouth with this hyper-primate phonic gibberish, why don't I play a song that sort of comes up your butts? I don't know what I'm talking about. Here we go. This is called Won't You Still Need Me Tomorrow. Do you want me the way you profess? Or am I just the cause of your burdens and your sorrows? My love, would you smile even though you're depressed? 'Cause won't you still need me tomorrow? Look at the tears, how they swell in your eyes, like rolling seas of pain. And the grimace of sadness etched on your face, those tears, they fall like rain. My love, my desire is pure and true. Thank you, Sasha. Are the thoughts not too hard to swallow? No matter what you may think, I'm all about you. And won't you still need me tomorrow? How they fly like leaves from the path of a train. 2 minutes left, and the pain and the gladness soak in this place. I still love you all the same. My love would seed in you, making you stressed. Is there affection you can lend? I can borrow. When you're done with your moods, your tantrums and tests, won't you still need me tomorrow? Won't you still need me tomorrow? apparently she won't. Tomorrow. And that's the beautiful thing, man. I don't know. I think that's kind of beautiful. I think it's kind of I think it's a beautiful thing when a woman decides to go her own goddamn way. My mom did that once to my father, who's not a good guy, and I think I was better off for it. I don't know. I sort of made some of his same mistakes, but I think, you know, like we say, all men are like that. All men are trash in that way. I just try to do my best to recover from that shit. I don't know if we'll have enough time for theme music. Let's do it. Here we go. Here we go. Thank you for tuning in. This is it. So tomorrow at 5, Facebook. See you there.